In the last year, I've grown 3 Udemy accounts from 0 to multiple 5 figures. And I did this all without spending hours creating courses for unpredictable results. Let me show you. There are 3 simple steps to having success on Udemy and online course marketplaces. Finding gaps in the market, creating your course fast, and optimizing your course to rank highly. So let's look at step 1, research. Look, Udemy literally tells us that the best-selling Python course made over $50,000 last month. That's just a single course making that on autopilot. What's amazing about Udemy is that it also tells us about topics like this, VOEX. VOEX has a high demand, low supply, and the bestseller is already making $1,000 every month. Let that sink in. Udemy is telling you that this topic is a great opportunity and you're sitting there not creating a VOEX course. All right, hold your horses. I know. You have no idea what VOEX is and you don't even know if it's going to be an opportunity by the time you watch this video. Well, to make sure you always have opportunities, I made a guide with 100 course topics that you can download for free in the description. I also made a full tutorial on Marketplace Insights so you can find infinite course topics. Now, as for creating a course that you're not an expert on, that's step number 2. Creating your course. The first thing you need to understand about Udemy is that it's a high volume, low ticket platform. That means that to make an income that you're happy with, you're going to need to sell a lot of courses. And the best way to sell a lot of courses is to create a lot of courses. Take Phil Ebener. He's one of the goats of Udemy that knows the game better than anybody else, and he has almost 300 courses. Just think about it like this. If your course makes on average $100 per month, which is a completely conservative estimate, if you make 100 courses, you'll be making $10,000 every month passively. I know what you're thinking. 100 courses? Are you crazy? Do you know how much time it takes me to make a course? Relax. There are a lot of ways to increase volume so you can release courses fast, and here are some of them. The first is forget about only teaching courses on topics that you're a complete expert on. You have to understand that Udemy courses are not high-ticket programs. Whether you're an expert or not is nowhere near as important as whether you synthesize the information in a way that's valuable to the students or not. When students buy a course for like $10, they basically just want to skip the process of putting together 100 different YouTube tutorials and figuring it all out by themselves. And that's where your value lies, not in being the #1 expert in the world for that given topic. That's also why I want to make courses in niches that are a gap in the market, because we're competing with courses that are already not satisfying students. Now that you've reframed this in your mind, how do you actually create the course? Well, let's say your niche is social media, marketing, or something along those lines, and you land on this Reddit marketing topic. The first thing you do is you come up with an outline with ChatGPT. Then you decide which lessons will be theory and which ones will be walkthroughs. You script the theory ones with ChatGPT, you watch some tutorials for the walkthroughs, and then you record everything. And voila, you can create a Reddit marketing course in a couple hours. Now creating 100 courses doesn't seem so daunting, right? Oh, they still do? Well, here's another way to increase your volume. Collaborating with other instructors. If we go back to our boy Phil Ebener, you'll quickly see that, of course, he's not an expert in 300 different topics. Instead, one of the things he does is he collaborates with other instructors. That's what I did to build an entire brand that I sold for $15,000 without creating a single course myself. And here's what you have to do in a nutshell. You go on Upwork, you make a job post for creating a course in the specific topic that you want, and you can just copy the post I have in the free guide. Then you invite as many people as Upwork lets you to the post. You filter through the applicants, you hop on a call, and you pitch them a collaboration. They take care of the content, you take care of the marketing, and you split the profits. Easy. Still not convinced you can get to 100 courses? Here's another way to increase volume. Dubbing your courses to other languages. Love it or hate it, we live in the world of AI. And this opens up some amazing opportunities for us. One of them is dubbing our courses to other languages in seconds. Instead of paying thousands for a professional voice actor, you can get your entire course dubbed for like $30 on sites like heygen.com. That's actually insane. Suddenly, every single course you create can become 4 or even more courses in a matter of minutes. By the way, if you'd like my help to grow your Udemy account, you can book a free call with me in the description. Still not enough to get to 100 courses? All right, final tip, bundling your courses. So using these strategies, you've just created a whole lot of courses in small niches where you have a competitive advantage. For instance, let's say you made a course in Python network programming, Python game development, and Python hacking, all of which have good numbers on their own. But now you get an extra course, what I call a lottery ticket, in the much bigger and rewarding niche of Python by putting all of these together. Of course, you almost definitely won't become a bestseller in that niche, but you get a free shot at ranking well in that niche without having to create a massive course that could flop and waste all of your time. This is exactly what my student Adam did. He posted 3 courses on small email marketing niches. Then he made an email marketing bundle course, which took him no extra work. And luckily for him, all of these became bestsellers on Udemy, including the bundle. All right, so by now you better be convinced that you can create as many courses as you want quite fast. Now, we want each course to have the highest lifetime value as possible, and we do that by number 3, ranking highly. Before, I made you imagine that your average course made $100 every month. This, again, is conservative, as I've had accounts where the first course, the first month made like $900, for example. So here's how we increase that number from 100 to 900 or to even more. The first thing to understand is that conversion is the most important thing on Udemy. Because the beauty of Udemy is that it has an audience of over 100 million students that we can capitalize on if we know how. And the way to do that is by proving to Udemy that if they show your course, they'll make money. And the way to do that is by having a high conversion, which means that a high percentage of people who land on your course actually buy it. So the first step to have a high conversion is to have people actually land on your course. And you do this by going back to Marketplace Insights and scrolling down to the top search keywords for your niche. So for instance, if we were making our Reddit marketing course, we'd see Reddit marketing and Reddit ads as the main keywords. What we want to do is spam these keywords in the title and subtitle without them sounding like gibberish. And you can use ChatGPT to help you and then just mix and match until you have the right combination. For example, a title for this course could be Reddit marketing, Reddit and Reddit ads for Reddit marketing. Not the best copy in the world, I know, but you'll get that juicy SEO traffic, which you can see is more than 50% of traffic for this course. Lastly, and one of the most important things, I can't stress it enough, you have to get some initial sales on your course when it's first released. If you don't do this, Udemy won't know whether your course converts or not. So when you first publish a course, make a promo code and give it to people who you know are actually going to buy. So friends and family, your existing audience, or even Facebook groups for the specific niche that you're teaching. Not randoms, because they're probably going to just mess up your conversion. And that's basically how to make money on Udemy in just a few minutes. If you want me to help you grow your Udemy brand, book a free call with me in the description.